Hello, you're welcome to this class. So in this class, we want to look at change of subject of formula, solutions to the questions. So the first one we have here, we have make x the subject of formula in this. So we have this 4v equals 2a plus x divided by 5a minus x. So we want to make x the subject of formula. As I've told you earlier on, so there is no direction. We don't have a formula that we follow. But as you are doing it, you should be able to get the next to know the next step, what you are expected to do in the next. So here, so since what we're looking for is x, so and we have x at the numerator and also at the denominator. So what we're going to do here is that so we're going to make this one over 1. So this will become over 1. Then we can cross multiply. So we need to cross multiply here. So when we cross multiply, it means 4v, we multiply out 5a minus x, that is, this is multiplying this, equals to 1 multiplied by 2a plus x, so which is the same thing. So we can then multiply this one out to bring everything out here. So that's going to give us 4 times 5, that which is 20 AV, right, minus 4xv equals to 2a plus what x. So what next is that is x that we're looking for. So we bring the terms with x together. So bring them together. So our advice, because this is negative, let's move it to the other side, right? So by doing so, we're going to have 20 AV, then 2a will come here, it will be minus 2a, right, equals, what we have here is x, then this is minus 4xv, it will become what, plus 4xv. It becomes plus because it's crossing the equation sign, right? So the next stage is okay. So you now look at this. So what can you do? You want to make, so and we must have only one x. We have two here. So what we are expected to do here is to factorize this place. Factorize this. So when we factorize this, x is common. So which means we're going to have 1 plus 4v here, right? We are going to have 1 plus 4v. And then we have 20 AV minus 2a. Don't forget what we are looking for is x. So what is disturbing our x is 1 plus 4v. So we divide both sides by 1 plus 4v, 1 plus 4v, this one too, 1 plus 4v. Are you with me? So this, we cancel this. So we can therefore say that our x, so which is x, equals 20 AV minus 2a divided by 1 plus 4v. So we now look for which one is correct among the options. If you look at option A, 20 AV minus 2a divided by 1 plus 4v. So A is very correct. That is the option, that's the answer there. I hope that is clear. So we go to question number 2 now. Question number 2. So that is very straightforward. So for question number 2, we have make x the same x the subject of formula here. So we then have this cube root x over y equals 2x, right? Now here 2z, rather, sorry, this is 2z. So if you look at this, what we want to make the subject of formula is inside the cube root, right? So the first thing we need to do is to remove, just like you want to eat an egg. So you have to what, break the shell, remove it before you can get eat whatever you have in the egg. Exactly. So in that case, we're going to break this. So we open the cube root. So how are we going to open the cube root is by cubing it. So we're going to raise to power 3. So since we are raising this to power 3, we'll also raise the other side to power 3. So that means we're going to raise this one to 3. So that is cube root x over y. So everything raised to power 3 equals to 2z, everything raised to power 3. I hope I'm making sense. So that means we're going to have, so this we cancel this. So we then have, what we're going to have left is x all over what? Y. Why this one will be 2 raised to power 3 is 8, z raised to power 3. So we make this one over 1, then we can then cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, x will then be equals to 8y z cube. 8yz cube. So which one is 8yz cube? So that is option D there, as you can see, 8yz, because the y, when you cross multiply, the y will multiply everything, that's 8yz cube. So the option there is option D. I hope this is very clear. So move to question number 3 now. For question number 3, so make x the subject of formula in this. We're also making x here. So what we have here is p equals 1 all over 2 square root q minus what? X squared. So this is what happened in question number 1, I'll be in question number 2 above. So we're going to do it bits in bits. So what we have here, we have 1 over 2 is multiplying the square root, right? So the first thing to do is to remove the 1 over 2. So that means we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So multiply both sides by what? By 2. So that means this will be 2p equals to 2 times 1 all over 2, then square root what? Q minus what? X squared, right? So uh, so the next thing is, this is 2p, right, equals, these 2 we cancel this 2, then we have square root q minus what? X squared. Now the next stage is for us to remove the square root. So to remove the square root, we're going to square both sides so that for it to cancel. So in that case, we're going to have square root q minus x squared, everything raised to power 2, then 2p, everything raised to power what? 2. Please don't forget. So the power will affect everything. So this will become 4p squared equals to this, we cancel this. Then we have q minus what? X squared. You can see the way I'm doing. You have to be doing is removing small by small. So in that case, so let's bring the unknown, what we want to make the subject of formula, to the other side. So which means we take this one to the other side, become what? X squared. It is minus, it's become x squared equals to q. Then this will return to this side, minus 4p squared. So that means we have x squared equals to, now before we go into that, so let me remove this. Okay, so what we're going to have is this. So as we have this, let me remove everything. So as we have this, so what we're going to have is, so it is x we're looking for, not x squared. So how are we going to cancel the square? So the opposite of square is square root. So which means we're going to square root both sides. Square root both sides. Square root both sides. So that's what we're going to do. So that means square root of x squared equals to square root of q minus 4p squared. So this will cancel this. And then we have, so that means x will then be equals to, please don't mind the way I write my x. So that's going to be square root q minus 4p squared. So we'll be wondering now, okay, we supposed to, we should be able to separate this. We can't separate because of the minus. Right, so this will be our final answer. So let's look for the one that has it, and that is option B. So square root q minus 4p squared. You have to be very careful when you are picking your option, because the options looks alike, right? So question number 4 now. Question number 4. Okay, for question number 4, so we have make x the subject of formula as well. So y minus 1 equals to cube root u minus x divided by 64. Right. So what we're going to do here is this. So we have y minus 1 equals to, so cube root we can, because what we have between what we have inside the cube root is division, so we can separate them. That is, we can have cube root of u minus x divided by cube root what, 64. I hope I'm making sense. So we're going to have this cube root of 64. So I'm coming. So we will want to find the cube root. 4 times 4 times. So that is cube root of 64. So you can find the cube root of this, and that will be cube root of u minus x all over 4. That's that, then y minus what, 1. So from here now, we can move further by, because this is fraction. So we want to change the fraction, cross multiply, that means 4. That's been 4 into y minus 1 equals to cube root of u minus what, x. So don't forget that what we are looking for is, we want to make x the subject of the formula, right? So what is covering x here is cube root. So the next thing is for us to remove the cube root, and the opposite of cube root is cube. So therefore we're going to cube both sides, right? Cube, excuse me, we're going to cube both sides. So cube both sides. So that means we're going to have 4 into bracket y minus 1, everything will be cube, right? Equals to cube root u minus x. We cube this as well. So in that case, this we cancel this. Then we open this. So 4 cube, that means 4 cube into bracket y minus 1 cube, which is equal to u minus what, x. I hope this is getting clearer. So 4 cube is 64. Then open bracket y minus 1, then a cube, which is equal to u minus what, x. So it is x we are looking for. So, and it is negative here. So let's take it to the left hand side. And that's going to give us x equals to u minus 64. Everything I will bring to this side. 64 into bracket y minus 1 cube. So let's look at the options. If you have, yes, I think this is the final answer here. So we have it, x equal to u minus 64 into bracket y minus what, 1 everything cube. That's option D here. So we then move to question number 5 now. So all right. So for question number 5, so we have asked to make Q the subject of formula. We have P, excuse me. So we have uh, P equals xq divided by P minus Q. So don't forget, what we want to make the subject of formula here is Q. So this is a fraction here. This is a fraction. Let's make it a fraction. Then we'll cross multiply. So that's going to have P into bracket P minus Q equals to what? Xq. So we have Q here, we have Q here. So what we're going to do, we open this bracket. We're going to open this bracket. So this is going to give us P squared minus PQ equals to what? XQ. So we then collect like terms. So we take the terms with Q to one side. So let's take everything to the right hand side, because so we're going to have minus P squared will then be equals to XQ. So this is coming to this place.
So SQ plus PQ. So we have P squared equals to. So what we're going to do now is we have Q here, we have Q here. Let's factor it out. So factorize this. That's Q equals to X, Q into bracket X plus what? P, right? So the next stage, so what is disturbing our Q here is X plus P. We divide both sides by what? X plus P. Then X plus P. So this, we cancel this. So our answer, sorry for that, our answer, so we then be Q equals to P squared all over X plus P.
The answer here is option D, which is p square all over p plus x, which is same as x plus p. So right, so that is the answer there. So move to the next question, question number 6. So question number 6 now. So question number 6. So we have make V the subject of formula. So we want to make V the subject of formula. So T equals 1 all over 2 pi, right? Uh, Square root 5V squared divided by 4. So here, what we expect to do the same thing. This is a fraction. So this we multiply it. We multiply both sides by 2 pi. So thereby this we cancel. So we then have 2 pi t here, pi t equals to square root of 5v squared all over what? 4. So it is v we are looking for, and then so that means we have to make a square both sides to remove the square root. So in that case, we're going to have, so square of 2 is 4, pi squared t squared equals to 5v squared all over 4. So here this is a fraction, we cross multiply again. So we cross multiply again, then we have 4 multiplied by this will be 16 pi square t square equals to what? 5v squared. So divide both sides by 5, divide by what? 5. So this cancel this. So it is v we are looking for. So we find the square root of both sides. Find the square root of both sides. So that means we're going to have square root. So 16 pi squared t squared all over 5. So that means we're going to have v squared then square root. So this we cancel this. So we then have v. So we can have square root 16 pi squared then t squared all over square root 5. So the next stage is v will then be equals to square root of 16 is 4, square root of pi is pi, pi squared is pi, square root of t squared is what? Is t, all over square root of what? 5. So let's see if we have this option there. So we have 4 pi t, 4 pi t over square root of 5. That is option A there. So we'll go to the next question, question number 7. So for question number 7, so we are asked to make P the subject of formula X, and we have Y equals to A plus P divided by A minus P. So the same thing, we cross, make this on the fraction, then we cross multiply, we then have Y into A minus P equals to what? A plus P. So we open the bracket, that is AY minus what? PY, right, equals to what? A plus P. So let's collect like terms. So it is P we want to make the subject of formula. Let's bring it to this side. So we have AY minus A equals to P plus PY. I hope this is clear. So we can decide to bring everything here to this side. So P plus PY equals to AY minus A. So the next thing to do, we're going to factorize P. from here, we also factorize a from here. So p is common. P is common to both of them. So this is p into brackets 1 plus y. So then this one is a is common. So this would then be y minus 1. All right. So from here, so it is p that we want to make the subject of formula. So we divide both sides by 1 plus y. This is 1 plus y. So this we cancel this. So we look at the option C is it, but the only difference we have here is the denominator, which is y plus 1. So we can as well write this one the same way, still the same thing. That will be a into bracket y minus 1 into bracket what y plus 1. So that is option C. So the next question is question number 8. Question number 8, we have make q the subject of formula here, and we have t equals to square root pq, right, minus r square q divided by r. So the first thing is to make square both sides. So this will be squared, then the square we cancel the square root. So that will be t squared equals to pq minus r squared what q. So we are making q the subject of formula all over r. So what we're going to do next is to cross multiply here. So when you cross multiply, we then have pq minus r square q, so which is going to be your t r t squared, right? So it is q we want to make the subject of formula here. So we factor out q here. That will be q into bracket p minus r squared, right, equals to rt squared. So in this case, from here now, so what we just divide both sides by p minus r squared. That would be q will then be equals to r t squared divided by p minus r squared. So let's see what we have. We have rt squared p minus r squared. That is option C as well. So the next one, question number 9. So here for question number 9, we want to make what q the subject of formula. So let's draw down. So for question number 9 here, so we have p equals to square root qr into brackets 1 minus 3t all over r. So close this. So we are making q, which is the q is already here. So the next is just to remove the square root. So we square both sides. This will become squared equals to q r, right, into brackets 1 minus 3t all over what r. So thank God, what we're looking for is beside this. So what we're going to do now, so we just divide both sides by this. So what we're going to have is this. Okay. So we're going to have uh, qr. So everything here we come and divide it. That will be p squared all over 1 minus 3t over what? Over r. So this will give us qr. So let's finish this. So this will give us p squared divided by 1 minus 3t. So this 1 minus 3t, before we go into this, so let's uh, factorize, let's solve the denominator first, what we have inside the bracket. So what we're going to have now, this will then because of p squared divided by, so make LCM of this one is r, right? So 1, that is r minus 3t. So we can then, from here, we can decide to qr, to have qr p squared divided by I hope I'm making sense. R minus 3t, everything over r. So from here, so we have p squared times r divided by r minus 3t. So this is QR. Don't forget this Q that we're still looking for. So we just want to make this, finish this one. So we then have this R P squared. So let me extend this page now. So, so this should be R. So this multiplied by this. So that will be RP squared. So RP squared divided by R minus 3t. So we have this. We have a single fraction here. So this is QR. So which means we're going to divide both sides by r. So that we're going to have q equals to r p squared, or you divide both, multiply both sides by 1 over r. So 1 over what? R. So the r cancel this r. So this r here, we cancel this r. So what we are going to have left is p squared all over r minus 3t. P squared all over r minus 3t. That is option D. I hope this is very clear. So that is that for question number 9. Okay, so we'll move to question number 10, the last question here. All right. Question number 10 now. So we're given make K the subject of formula in this. So we have R all over 2x equal minus 1 equals K all over what? X. So it is K we want to make the subject formula, and it's at this side. So what we're going to do is let's make this the first the left hand side there. Let's make it a single fraction. We make this one over 1. So therefore we're going to have 2x as the LCM. So that's going to be r. 2x in 2x, that is 1. 1 times r is what? R minus 1 in 2x is 2x. 2x times 1 is what? 2x equals to what? K all over what? X. So from here now we can cross multiply. Now, so when we cross multiply, we're going to have 2x what? K equals to x into bracket r minus what? 2x. So we can open this. So this is 2xk. So we can open this, or we still leave it this way. Let's continue. Come back. R minus 2x. So we divide both sides by 2x by what? 2x. So this will cancel this. So that makes our k to stand alone here. So k will then be equals to x, we cancel x, then r minus 2x all over what? 2. So there's nothing we can do again, and the option there is option C. Good. So that is the end of this video. As you can see, so it requires some effort. You have to practice, 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 and practice before you can get it. So you can watch the video as many times as possible for you to get the best out of it. So thank you very much for your time. So meet in our next class. Bye for now.